and welcome back to the Major Education online teaching. My name is Mr. Toby and today we're going to be carrying on with our Tiếng Anh 8 book. But today we're going to start Unit 11, page 98 and 99. All about travelling around Vietnam. Very interesting. Lots of you have probably travelled a little bit around Vietnam. Maybe you've been on holiday to Nha Trang, or you've been to your hometown somewhere else. There are lots of places to visit in Vietnam. It is a very beautiful country with lots of tourists and things to see and places to go. Today we're going to look at these 4 that are in the book. We're also going to try and think of some of our own, do some reading, speaking and answering some questions, and then write a bit of a paragraph about your favourite things to do in Vietnam. So we're going to start with these 4 different things to do in Vietnam. Some of them are very famous, some of them not so famous, but we'll go through them together. I will read them, you can repeat them. We have the Temple of Literature. The Temple of Literature. Nhô Môn Gate. Nhô Môn Gate. Halong Bay. Halong Bay. And Nha Rong Harbour. Nha Rong Harbour. So these are all places in Vietnam. Just quickly, so you understand, the Temple of Literature. So a temple is a place you go to worship God for religion. A pagoda, a church, these are all types of temple. Literature, you do in school. It is the study of books or the study of Vietnamese language. So this, the Temple of Books. A gate is what you open. When you go to school, you have a wall around your school. To get in, you open the gate. You drive your bike through the gate. It is how you get into your school. Halong Bay. Halong Bay, you might know, is in the north. It is very famous. A bay is by the sea. It has a beach and lots of rocks around it. And Nha Rong Harbour. A harbour is also by the sea. This is where boats will come and they will stay there, safe. It is man-made. There is walls made by man. You drive the boat in and you park your boat, so it is safe. These are our 4 examples from the book. What I want you to do is match the names to the pictures. Once you've done that, I want you to think about as many different famous places in Vietnam as you can. Once we come back, we'll go through our answers and I'll write down 5 examples of famous places where I've been. Okay, so pause the video now, match the words to the pictures and write down as many places as you can in Vietnam. Good luck. I hope you managed to answer all our questions and think about some different places in Vietnam. We'll just go through the answers together. So, the Temple of Literature is C. This is where lots and lots of old books are kept. It is the oldest university in Vietnam. A. Nhô Môn Gate. A. This is in Hue. Halong Bay is D. Very beautiful by the seaside, lots of big famous rocks. And number 4, Nha Rong Harbour is B. Here you can see the water where the boats would stay. So these are your answers, C, A, D, B. Here are 5 examples of other famous places in Vietnam I have written down. I hope you wrote down more than me or thought of your own. I'd love to read them in the comments below. So my examples are Banner Hills. This is the famous bridge in Da Nang with the golden hands. Sapa in the north of Vietnam, very famous for beautiful countryside, waterfalls and tribes. Number 3, the War Museum, here in Saigon. The War Museum tells the story about the Vietnam War. It is very interesting, but also very sad. Number 4, Phong Nha. This is also in the north. It has the biggest cave in the whole wide world. You can fly an airplane inside. It is that big. Also very beautiful. And number 5, the West Lake in Hanoi. This has a very famous temple or pagoda in the middle and is very beautiful, turning into a market at the weekend. So these are my 5 examples. I want to hear yours in the comments below. So we're going to focus on this, reading. So I am going to read the conversation between Tim, Hao and Mr. Jones. This is talking about different things to do in Vietnam. Once we've done that, we're going to answer our true and false questions. Just listen to me. Tim, Hao, I'd like you to meet my parents and my sister, Shannon. Hao do you do? Welcome to Vietnam. Mr. Jones, thank you. It's nice to meet you finally, Hao. Hao, can I help with your bags, Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Jones, thank you. It's great to be in Vietnam. Hao, would you mind sitting in the front seat of the taxi, Mr. Jones? I'd like to sit with Tim and Shannon. Mr. Jones, no problem. I prefer the front seat. Mrs. Jones, are we far from Hanoi? Hao, it's about 40-minute drive from the city centre. Tim, look, Shannon, I can see a boy riding a water buffalo. Shannon, wow, this is very exciting. Or are those rice paddies, Hao? Hao, yes, and the crop over there is corn. On the left, you can see sugar canes. Tim, would you mind if I took a photo? Hao, not at all. I'll ask the driver to stop the car. So this is a conversation about a family, Tim, Mr. and Mrs. Jones and Shannon, who have met Hao at the airport, who is from Vietnam and wants to show them around Hanoi. So here we have 6 different true or false questions. So I'm going to read the questions for you. A. This is the first time Hao has met Tim's family. True or false? B. Hao helps Mrs. Jones with her luggage. True or false? C. The Jones family is travelling from the airport in a bus. True or false? D. Shannon has never seen rice paddies before. True or false? E. The car is travelling past farmland. True or false? And F. Only rice and corn are grown in Hanoi. True or false? So, what we're going to do, I'm going to read this dialogue one more time, and I want you to try and answer these questions. If there are any words you don't understand in the dialogue, pause the video, look them up in the dictionary. So, Tim, Hao, I'd like you to meet my parents and my sister Shannon. Hao do you do? Welcome to Vietnam. Mr. Jones, thank you. It's nice to meet you finally, Hao. Hao, can I help you with your bags, Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Jones, thank you. It's great to be in Vietnam. Hao, would you mind sitting in the front seat of the taxi, Mr. Jones? I'd like to sit with Tim and Shannon. Mr. Jones, no problem. I prefer the front seat. Mrs. Jones, are we far from Hanoi? Hao, it's about a 40-minute drive from the city centre. Tim, look, Shannon, I can see a boy riding a water buffalo. Shannon, wow, this is very exciting. Are those rice paddies, Hao? Hao, yes, and the crop over there is corn. On the left, you can see sugar canes. Tim, would you mind if I took a photo? How? Not at all. I'll ask the driver to stop the car. So now I want you to pause the video. Make sure you read this on your own and you understand all of the vocabulary. Once you've done, you can try and answer these 6 true or false questions. Once you've done, you can start the video again. We'll go through some answers. Good luck.